Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to show the SiriTipView as well as the app shortcut button in your UI for app shortcut using app intent in React Native's new architecture for iOS. So in case if you are confused, here is the output. So here you can see I'm displaying this SiriTipView as well as this app shortcut button. These are from native iOS component. I haven't created this manually. Also basically what my app does is, suppose if I enter some data inside this text input, and if I click on add item, it adds this item inside Swift data, and if I now click on read item, here you can see I'm able to see this item. Now if I click on this particular button, it will automatically redirect me to the shortcuts app for my own shortcut. So here you can see it is taking me directly to my particular shortcut. If I click on add task, again it will display an input. I can add something, I can click on done, and here you can see it has if I go back to my app, if I click on read item, here you can see my task is displayed. You can do this via Siri as well, but given that I'm on simulator, Siri does not behave properly. You can check it on a real device, but anyways I will just show it to you. I am not sure whether this will work or not on simulator, but it will work fine on a real device. So I'll just click on Siri, log data to RN app shortcut view.
Which shortcut would you like to run?
Log data to RN app shortcut views.
Sorry, I missed what you said. Which shortcut would you like to run?
Log data.
My apologies, I didn't quite get that.
So here you can see, because my app name is also a little bit weird, that's why maybe Siri is not recognizing it. Also on the simulator it does not work good, but anyways hopefully you got the point. I'm using Swift data, but you can use whatever you feel like. In case if you don't know what Swift data is, it is equivalent to SQLite. The reason why I'm using Swift data is because I have written all the logic on native iOS side. If you write suppose if you use something like Watermelon DB or SQLite, like some React Native package for it, then connecting that with the app shortcut from native side is extremely difficult. That's why the core logic of app shortcut I have kept it on the native side itself. Now coming back to the documentation, so firstly you will have to open this documentation of Fabric native components as well as this documentation of Turbo modules. I will be copying a lot of code from this two documentation, so keep it ready. So first I have created a React Native application, then I cd to the main iOS folder which you see over here, and then run this particular command. So this will enable the new architecture for iOS. Then first we have to create this RTN my Swift data. So for this you will have to use this Turbo native module. So first create a file called package.json. I have copied this from the documentation. Only this name has been changed, this name has been changed, this name has been changed, and this name has been changed. Then I have created a podspec file, which again I have copied it from the documentation, and only this name has been changed. Then I have created a JS folder. Inside that I have created a TypeScript file. Again I have copied it from docs, but I have added these 4 methods, like basically performing the CRUD operation, and this particular name has been changed. Then the doc says that create an iOS folder. We won't be doing that. We will be creating all the logic inside this main iOS folder. Next you have to go to this Fabric native components, and here you firstly create this view RTN my Swift UI view. Now this two things which you see, this Siri view as well as this RN app shortcut views button, both are part of this RTN my Swift UI view. Okay, so firstly I will open this create package.json file. Again I have copied it from docs, and only this name has been changed, this name has been changed, and this name has been changed. Then I have created a podspec file. Again I have copied it from docs, and only this name has been changed. Then I have created a JS folder. Inside that I have created a TypeScript file. Again I have copied it from docs, and only this name has been changed. Okay, then what you will have to do is, you will have to open your terminal, go to the root of your React Native project, firstly run this particular command, then run this particular command. Once you do that, you will have to do cd ... It will move you outside your React Native project, and then you will have to run this particular command. But here you will have to use write your own project name. So as you can see, my project name is rnapp shortcut view, so change it over here, as well as over here. Okay, then once you do that, run this particular command, but again change it to your own project name over here, as well as over here. Once you run both of these commands, you will have to cd to the main iOS directory and then run this particular command. So this will do code generation for both of our folder. Next, coming back to app.tsx, how to use it. Firstly, I have imported our RT and my Swift data as well as Swift UI view. I have created two use states. This is how I get data from the native iOS side. Inside use effect, I am also calling get data. This is for adding the item, this is for updating, this is for deleting. Now my shortcut is only adding the item, but you can also create shortcuts for reading, update or delete items. Then here is our RT and my Swift UI view, which will display both of this Siri view as well as this shortcuts button. Here is our text input. This is for adding the item, this is for updating, this is for deleting, and this is for getting the item. And here is just a horizontal ruler which I have created, and this is the flat list for displaying all the items. Okay, next you will have to open the XE workspace of iOS inside Xcode. So I will just go to my project over here. I will go to rnapp shortcuts view. I will open the iOS folder. I will open the XE workspace. Okay, so here now we will be writing some native code. So firstly, go to your this turbo module documentation. Now first, given the documentation suggests creates a header file, so I have created this header file which they say. Again, I have copied it from docs. Only this name and this name has been changed, and this name as well. Then create an Objective-C file, but change the extension to .mm. Again, as you can see over here, again I have copied it from docs. So this is our header file. This is my project name. Change it to your own project name. Here this has been copied from docs. This too. Here we are initializing a Swift file, which I will show you shortly. Again, this has been copied from docs, and this name has been changed. Here we are overriding all the 4 methods which we have defined it inside TypeScript file, which basically calls methods which are present inside our Swift file. Okay, now if I show you my Swift file, okay, before showing you my Swift file, for Swift data I have to create this model. So it is basically like a table which take a task name which we are sending it from React Native side. I have also created this database service which is singleton, and it will perform all the CRUD operations which I want. So this will initialize our Swift data. This is for saving the task, this is for fetching task, this is for updating, and this is for deleting the task. Then I have created this add task shortcut intent. Again, I have just copied this from the documentation, not React Native documentation but iOS documentation. But this is our task name, okay, which we take. And here once we have the task name, we just call save task. Okay, and this is for Siri shortcut. So basically we initialize this add task shortcut intent. Here you can change the phrases to whatever you feel like. Now coming back to our my Swift data, so here we create a singleton, and here is array of to do models and array of string. So here we define a method called getAll, which called fetch data. This is for saving, this is for deleting, this is for updating, and this is for fetching the data as well. So yeah, this is how we do it, and we are basically calling all this method inside this RT and my Swift data. Okay, next coming back to the view. For that, firstly open this documentation again. So if you see, the documentation says that create this header file first. So I have created this header file. Again, this name and this name has been changed. Then create this RT and my Swift UI view manager file, Objective-C file, but change the extension to .mm. So it is Objective-C++. Again, I have copied this code from docs. Only this name and this name has been changed. Then I have created an Objective-C file. Again, change the extension to .mm, as you can see over here. So it is Objective-C++. Again, I have copied this from docs. Okay, sorry. So here is our header file. This I have copied it from docs, but only this names has been changed everywhere. This should be your own project name. In the documentation they have given some different import for this, but given that we are writing the code inside the main iOS folder, we have to use this import. This has been copied from docs. Only names has been changed everywhere. Here is our Swift UI view. This has been copied from docs, only names has been changed everywhere. Here is our view. Here is our Swift UI view, which I will show you shortly, and adding our Swift UI view to our view, and this again has been copied from docs as well. Then coming back to our my Swift UI view. So basically it is a UI kit view only, because React Native can't directly use Swift UI view. So we are basically creating a UI kit view, and here this is all the boilerplate code which you have to write every time you want to embed a Swift UI view inside UI kit application. So you can just copy paste it, and here is our Swift UI file which I'm initializing. So rest everything is just boilerplate code which you can just copy paste it. Okay, so here is our Swift UI view. So for that I have created this particular file. So this actually displays the SiriTipView as well as the shortcut links button. So yeah, change the styling to whatever you feel like, but this is Swift UI view only. That's why we have to do all this stuff. Also, one more thing is, you will have to go to your project and make sure you update the minimum deployment target to at least 17. You should update it to 16 if you are not using Swift data, but if you are using Swift data like me, you will have to update it to iOS 17. Okay, because app shortcuts using app intents are available only from iOS 16. Let me quickly check. I have shown you this, I have shown you this, I have shown you this as well. Okay, then here is our Swift data file. Then here is our header file. This is the Objective-C++ file. Then this is another header. This is Objective-C++ again. This again is an Objective-C++. This is our Swift file for UI kit, embedding Swift UI, and this is the actual Swift UI integration. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.